pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series live from the Talladega Superspeedway. As always, I am your host, Joe Towanski. Alongside me tonight, you know him, you love him, missed him the last it's been about a week, Mr. Ricky Collette. Welcome back to Talladega, Ricky.
Glad to be back here, Joe. It's going to be a fun night here with the Bomb Squad Racing League. I wasn't just eating a sandwich. In fact, I was getting ready for Talladega, Joe. It's going to be a fun night here tonight. Pretty big field, pretty big action leading up to the end of the championship fight here for BSR. It's Dega. What else can you say? Going to be a fun one here tonight. The 66 laps, moderate damage. Pretty short fuel runs here tonight. Going to be a little bit of a strategy play as the evening progresses.
Going to have some strategies afoot. We always see them here on the super speedways. You know, last time we were at one of these, Nelly, of course, won in Daytona to cap off the summer stretch of races. Tonight from Talladega, you have to think Nelly in that 103 car is definitely one of the favorites to win.
Definitely one of the favorites to win. Really, it's a bit of a cliche, but this place really is a grand equalizer. Anyone out there has a chance to win here tonight, just because by nature it's Dega. One thing that these guys will have that's going to be to their advantage, not fixed setup here tonight, open set, which we don't run a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of super speedway races here on JTN that generally do open set. We definitely do every now and then. And BSR is one of the instances of it happening here. So these guys do have a little control over their fate. We kind of watched them. I think we watched them at Daytona a month or two ago, Joe. And you kind of could see it there, too, that it was some of these guys definitely had something in the draft. There were definitely haves and have-nots. The field would kind of splinter up depending on who had what for a setup. Some guys would run up front the whole night. Some guys could not get past 15th. It's a little bit of an extra technical wrinkle into this big blanket here tonight, and makes everything a lot more interesting too, because you don't really know what anyone has up their sleeve, and handling wise it's going to come into play with how quick the tires are going to wear out. We're talking about 10 to 13 laps on fuel.
Yes.
So it's not Talladega is a track where you're ever really beating the tires to the end of a fuel run, but you're going to have to think about that tonight with how quickly everything's going to kind of wear out on itself, and how your car responds to that, how squirrely, how steady your car is going to be. But right now, all these guys also lets them do this in qualifying, really lets them put up a fast time here, because now they got all the tools in their toolbox to kind of set up a good lap, tape, suspension, wedge, track bar, you know, the whole thing. And as we're waiting for that qualifying to wrap up, about a minute left here.
Do you want me to do some talking, Ricky?
Well, what are you looking for tonight, Joe? I was just about to ask you.
Ricky, I'm looking forward to super speedway racing, but also, as we do a lot of times here with BSR Cup Series on these super speedways, we've got a poll challenge tonight. Our poll sitter tonight going to take home a prize of $25. That's something special that they always do here at Bomb Squad. So, again, poll challenge. So, winning that pole position going to mean a little bit more tonight than it has in previous weeks for sure. But to answer your question, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these drivers navigate pit road, because pit road is so tricky. You asked, only 10 to 13 laps on a tank of fuel. We're going to be pitting a lot tonight. Going to have a bunch of opportunities to come down the pit lane. How you navigate that, how you manage your pit stops, who you're pitting with, is going to end up being a very crucial part of tonight's race. And, well, folks, we are about 5-6 minutes away from the start here tonight. Ricky, qualifying has been completed. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With pleasure, Joe, for tonight's race here at the Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama.
There you go. You got it.
It's actually in Talladega? I think it is.
Well, we're good with it. Roll with it.
Maybe a hop, skip, and a jump over. I don't know, but 23 cars here tonight for this event, and sitting on pole, winner of the $25 prize at a time of 49.876 seconds is going to be the 91 car BSR DJ Champ. Joining him on the front row, second spot, a whole tenth of a second off of him. The 193 car is going to be BSR Ricky J. Third spot goes to the 028 car, piloted by BSR Monty Keller, and BSR Silver Bullet in the 4 car, making sure to keep consistency on that branding, will be starting in the 4th position. Rick Craddock in the 22 rounds out the top 5 this evening. The 6th spot, the 088 machine, driven by Greg Lovell. Steve Grant in the 011 car will start from the 7th spot. Tyler Mallon showing up tonight will be starting from the 8th position. He's going to be piloting the 47 car this evening. BSR Steven in the 510 will be starting 9th. Last car in the top 10 tonight is going to be the double 2 car, the 022 car of Jason San Diego, starting in 10th. From the 11th spot, BSR Terry Scott in the 66, and Randy Watt in the 21 will be starting 12th. In 13th spot is the 114 car of BSR Eli. Robbie Nisus in the 54 will be starting 14th. BSR Magoo in the 144 car will be starting for the 15th spot. In 16th position, it's going to be the 41 machine of Denny Carroll. And last car to take a time in qualifying tonight, rest of the field picked on a random draw, will be the 388 car piloted by Dan Lavelle. BSR RJ Rusty in the 2 car will be starting 18th. 19th goes to the 103 car, BSR Nelly. 20th spot goes to the 86 car, BSR Miller. 21st spot goes to the 49 car. That's going to be piloted by BSR Brainfade. 22nd spot goes to the 199 car of Mike Coulong. And rounding up the field in 23rd position is going to be the 029 car, BSR Kilojoules. Oh, Mac Daddy starting shotgun on the field. And that's going to be the qualifying lineup for this night of Dega Tala, Joe. How do you think we're going to be dealing with this big field tonight?
I'd just like to acknowledge that you just confused Keith MC and KJ, right?
Yeah, I kind of realized that when it was about halfway out of my mouth.
It's all good. It's a good starting lineup here tonight. 23 cars. Only one winner here tonight from the Talladega Superspeedway. Got a great race in store for you folks here on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, though, of course, we'd appreciate it if you did drop a like on the video and subscribe. Doing those things helps support us here on JTN, shows your support for the Bomb Squad Racing League, and we cannot thank you enough, as always, for all of that support. Got Redline TV, Tim Huston in chat. Welcome in, folks. Hope you're having a spectacular Thursday night, getting you primed up for some weekend of racing at Talladega. Gonna have the Xfinity and Truck Series on Saturday for folks on the TV, and then of course the Cup Series on Sunday. But nonetheless, gonna be a great weekend of racing. Hopefully Mother Nature cooperates, and well, we got sunshine and blue skies here tonight, so no worries, no issues there. See some of that practicing pit stops.
The sun is shining tonight.
It is shining.
Tim Huston in chat asking, how's JTN tonight? Well, from up here in the booth, I could tell you I think we peaked within the first minute.
We did. Yeah, when the intro was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate a sandwich over the course of 20 seconds while the intro was playing, and then got it down right when I was about to give that call.
Yeah.
That's my only claim to fame. I can eat very fast.
You competitive eater?
It was like Fluffernutter too. It was a peanut butter fluff. It was like, it's like mouth cement.
Yeah. Care to share any more?
I'm eating pretzels very slowly and hoping that my mic doesn't pick it up. If so, then we got an ASMR channel.
Hey, people like that.
Looking around out here, though, you mentioned it, Joe. Pit road entry going to be a little tricky. These guys practicing it right now.
Good.
It's really funny. Talladega, the simplicity of pit road is what kills it for these guys. Daytona's a similar story. You go to some of these tracks, like, say, like, Bristol or Dover, or places with really, really challenging pit roads. And these guys, almost because they're so technical, will like tiptoe down pit road, but then Talladega, you get here and it's wide, it's vast. You can go anywhere. You can go all the way down to the inside wall and still get on pit road. But because of that, that means you have all this space to take advantage of, and everyone always takes it too fast into Talladega pit road entry. We've seen it time and time again. I've raced it time and time again. I know you've done it too, Joe. You run a super speedway race and everyone comes down pit road, and just one person locks up the tires, and it's a Calamity City down on pit road. So deceptively tricky super speedway pitting.
That is for sure. It's deceptive, and it's all about who you pit with, right? And that's why we talk about when you pit, who you're pitting with. So important on these super speedways. Tonight, of course, is one of those cases. And we'll definitely be watching that as the night goes on, because Ricky, you also talked about it with different setups. Different packs of cars start to form up. Sometimes those packs aren't always on the same strategies. So managing that, there's a lot of stuff that you got to manage outside of just driving the dang race car here tonight. Nonetheless, cars are about to be put on the starting grid. There you see them populating pit road as we get ready to hear the command to get these 23 stock cars fired up here from Talladega, Alabama. As you hear the command and these 23 stock car racers get fired up, we get ready to go racing here from the biggest, baddest track in all the land. Starting on pole tonight, winning the pole challenge once again, it's going to be the 91 of BSR DJ Champ to his outside, the 193 of Ricky J. Row number 2 has the 028 of Monty Keller and the 4 is Silver Bullet. Rick Craddock in the 22 rounds out the top 5 with the 088 of Greg Lovell to his outside. Row number 4 consisting of the 011 of Steve Grant and the 47 of Tyler Mallon. Row number 5 going to be the 510 of BSR Steven and the 022 of Jason San Diego. 66 of Terry Scott and the 21 of Randy Wall roll off on row number 6, with row 7 being comprised of the 114 of Eli, 114, and the 54 of Robbie Nices. Row 8 has the 144 of Magoo. I believe Denny Carroll should be there. 41 having some issues. It's like
Denny Carroll down on the apron here in turn 1. Looked like trying to get some issues sorted out there on that Toyota. Actually just brought to pit road.
It looks like the pace car lights are still on too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
All right, so we will be back right here on JTN in mere moments. All right, sorry, folks. You didn't miss a second of the action, at least tonight. So, hey, we got that going for us. We're rolling. But getting things pulled back up here. It's like we had some issues with the 41 down on the pit lane. Pace car stays out on track for the time being. So we I think we're going to run this first lap under caution tonight. That's pretty interesting.
Been a little bit since we had to do this, Joe.
It has. And it's not even raining, you know?
See those lights go out on the pace car. They
should.
do.
Yeah. Are we tracking laps now? Is this lap 1?
No, actually, it's still tracking 0. So I think
this kind of throws a little monkey wrench in the pit strategy too, doesn't it?
a little bit. that they have had time. They are, pacing around, so it's not going to use a ton of gas, but maybe a little bit on that first stint.
Pay no mind to the JTN ticker right now because it is doing its thing. Ricky, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Waiting for it.
Have you been waiting all day for Thursday night?
What?
You don't get it. It's okay.
You didn't say anything.
Waiting all day. You don't know the Sunday Night Football theme?
Oh, no.
No, you don't. It's
I
okay.
don't think so.
It's all right. We got 14 folks watching. That's awesome. We appreciate you.
That is pretty cool. Joe, you want to take the opening command here?
I would
starting call.
As you shove those pretzels in your face, I would love to take the opening command. Professionalism at its finest here on JTN. BSR DJ Champ with control here for the start of this race. 66 laps from the Talladega Superspeedway. We are in for a treat tonight, folks. Fans are on their feet. And here we go. Green flag, and we're underway here from Talladega.
Side by side, they come down into turn number 1, 91, 93 side by side here. No one getting edge just yet, but as I say that, DJ Champ starts to inch away with a big push from Monty Keller. Ricky J not really got a whole ton of help behind him. He's got about a half a car length gap on the Forest Silver Bullet there. DJ Champ moves up the track, blocks that high line, and he has control of the pack.
You see Monty Keller on the 028, that red and white car, also electing to go to that outside line, so the top two have broken away their single file. The Craddock going to get barely into that outside line, squeezes up right in front of Ricky J, moves up into the third position as here comes the 011 to Steve Grant on the bottom.
Steve Grant getting a big push from the 510 there of BSR Steven, who's right there with him, and we are under caution, Joe.
I mean, Nice's. Nice is in the 54's Camaro around. Get you a replay. What happened?
Just goes for a single car spin, Joe. Enters into turn 3. The car just steps out on him. Wiggles, tries to save it, and flex the 103 and Nelly. And
Nelly was probably, if you had to have a betting favorite tonight, that 103 had to be it, right?
Yeah. But on the bright side, not a lot of damage on either car there.
That is a great
damage
side.
Tonight, so those guys might get a bit of a mulligan.
Do you like mulligans?
Yeah, I'm not good at golf.
Okay. All right.
So, I am partial to taking many mulligans.
I'd like to apologize. It looks like we are missing a number card for the 388. That's Dan Lovell in that 388 car on the ticker. Trying to think if I can get that fixed. I don't think I can. Nonetheless, under our first caution of the night, BSR DJ Champ still out in front of the field. Your pole sitter, pole challenge winner. Have to think a lot of the leaders elect to stay out, although... Oh boy.
Maybe they're not going to listen to you, Joe. A lot of people coming down.
Yeah, why listen to me?
If anyone elects to stay out, it looks like the 86 and the 029 are the only takers on track, in addition to the 91 of DJ Champ.
Interesting.
Now, this is an interesting play here, Joe, because while these guys are going to have burned more fuel, they're going to have to come in probably sooner. Looks like there was a fourth straggler there. The 54, Nicest will probably have to come down. these three will all be on the same fuel cycle. So theoretically, if they stay together, they have a pack right there that can go down pit road together. So maybe not a terrible strategy here to be staying out, especially since we only got one lap under green. It definitely burned fuel, but you're only going to be pitting probably a lap earlier than everyone else. I say for track position, it's not a bad gambit.
What about the Queen's Gambit?
We don't do that anymore. She ain't breathing.
Oh. All right.
I'm just letting that sit. Let that awkward air just roll over you like a wave.
It is some very awkward air. I don't know what to think right now, honestly.
Well, I know what to think right now. BSR DJ Champ staying out, leading here at Talladega under caution for our first incident, a two-car incident, I guess. Been from the 54 Nices into the 108 of Nelly. 103 of Nelly, sorry.
There you go.
108.
You got it.
A little bit of interesting strategy play. Top three stayed out. Everyone else came down pit road. We'll see if that stays. 86 car. Andrew Miller there looking like he might come down. And here comes KJ too. So
I think they just want to stay at the back then, right?
I think now DJ Champ's in a bit of a pickle because these guys are gonna have more fuel than him. He's gotta hope that they don't decide to come down later than him, because when he needs to come down for fuel, he is gonna need to come down for fuel first compared to these guys.
Welcome in, Aussie Bill in chat. Hope you're having a good day down under. These car lights are still on. Ricky, what would you like to talk about? You know, I usually pick our topics here under caution, but I'm going to give you the reins.
What do I want to talk about? That's a tricky one. We could have a conversation about what would be a good conversation for me to have a conversation about.
Ricky, you're really making me not want to ever let you steer conversations ever again. That's the point. It's working.
I'm just trying to think about what. I'm trying to think. I can't think. I'm not a good conversationalist, Joe. I need topic cards.
I'm an engineer. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to have
Basically,
conversations.
I'm an engineer. I don't know how to speak to human beings. I just know how to write math in a very haphazard and hard to read fashion. I talk to computers.
Oh man, folks! Cannot thank you enough for tuning into JTM. We got some great races coming up here later on this, or going into next month actually. October 4th, Maverick Cup Series. Second to last race of the year from Rockingham. Then it's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from Charlotte on October the 6th. And the Monday's the Thunder Truck Series right here at Talladega, Sunday, October 9th. Those races and much, much more live right here only on JTN. Only
They're
on
not
JTN.
just races, Joe. They're spooky races.
Are we going to have like a Halloween theme for next month?
Yeah, we got to constantly talk like a ghost filter. We got to get like a voice changer up. Ooh,
so
if
we're dressing up, do we use the JTN the speed logo that we got?
What do you mean dressing up? Like dressing everything up or dressing ourselves up? Because I'm wearing it right now.
No, like the costume, for the channel. You know, you use the JTN speed logo.
Yes.
If it wasn't apparent enough for folks at home, we don't have regular meetings, so these cautions usually serve as our meetings.
Yeah, most of these are just heat of the moment discussion points or things that we usually a production meeting usually involves me coming in a haste after sleeping an hour and a half.
Yep.
And with food in my mouth. And Joe possibly there or not there.
Yes, I'm a busy guy, you know.
And by that I mean present on a call, but also muted.
I'm a busy guy.
Busy guy with busy things.
Busy guy doing a lot of things, you know?
Busy guy doing a lot of guy stuff, like lifting things and putting things down and jackhammering pavement.
There's actually a machine out, I was walking to the building today, and it's just there on the street, and the dude's just going away as people are walking by. It was great. It's magnificent. OSHA would have a wonderful time.
Living the dream.
I don't even know if that's OSHA.
We're living the dream right now, Joe. You know why? Because it's 1 to go here. We'll be going green in a second. DJ Champ going to be leading us back. Only car to stay out. Took every opportunity there to come down pit road and did not. So we'll see how this plays out for him. Only 1 extra lap compared to these guys out there under green. So theoretically, it shouldn't be a big detriment, but we'll see about how if these guys anyone short pits. If they all pit later than Champ on the next go around, it might be a little bit of trouble. But for the moment, 91 taking a bit of a gamble play. Pace car coming back down onto pit road. They're waiting on it. Going to be coming through the tri-oval here. Remember, the start-finish line is not in the middle of the tri-oval. It is at the end of the tri-oval. I said the line, and still waiting on it.
Green flag.
You know
Gotcha.
that, Joe? Do you know start-finish line wasn't in the tri-oval?
I didn't. Thank you for letting me know that. Side-by-side battle for the lead. 91 on the bottom, 193 on the outside. Outside the line, a little more help right now, although getting up to speed, DJ Champ should be able to pull ahead of Ricky J. Gonna do it. Here, coming off of corner number 2, can Rick Craddock also slide up in front of the 193 is the bigger question. Top 2 are out and away from their help. Craddock gonna slide up in line in front of Ricky J. Ricky with help from Tyler Mallon behind in the 47. Top 4 now single file, make it top 3 as Jason San Diego's to the inside of the 47.
You can tell that 91 car is good on that low line, though, with the way that he was able to just power run by the 93 without a whole ton of help from Craddock. Actually had quite a gap on him. Just getting up to speed there. Draft not really at play yet. Was able to eke away from the 93 car. Now leading that upper line. Rick Craddock riding behind him. Ricky J right behind them. Tyler Mallon's made his way up to 4th here in that 47 machine.
Oh,
and
big
we got
crash.
a crash at the back. A big pile up here. A bunch of guys around. 028, 388 gets to the 144 at the back.
Oh, we're still
Oh,
wrecking.
we got the 4 car over on his lid. That's a big one, Joe.
It definitely is. Wow. This starts pretty quick. Bump there coming out of the trial from the 088 to the 510, and then it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, just a bump gone bad by guys trying to fall in on that high line there. 510 goes around, and everyone just comes in on it. Big hit down on the inside for RJ Rusty. Not really sure what happened there. Looks like Rusty was trying to slow down for the wreck, actually started to spin. It went down full speed into the gap in the inside wall. Oh, that car is just completely clobberated.
We're allowed to show the onboards because these are sim racers. Yeah, I mean, there's half the field is involved in this one, right? You got Nelly involved in it, the 028, 21, 388, 144, 510.
A lot of the field, but now DJ Champ looked like the smartest man in show business here, coming down pit road to get the 4 tires and fuel, and will probably hang on to the lead as only Jason San Diego and the 011 Steve Grant stay out. We'll see if they decide to pit again, or if they are just leading to get a lap led and get those points on the board. But DJ Champ is fair as well for him.
How did this 4 car go up and over? Oh, KJ just ran right into him.
I think it was a harder angle, Joe, than what the 2 did when Mark Martin went in the infield. I think Martin's was further up, like by where the Talladega.com is on the pit roll.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say it almost looked like that, except he didn't go into the infield, but I think Martin's was at a sharper angle.
Wow. Couple hellacious hits. So a bump gone wrong from Greg Lovell in the 088 to the 510 of BSR Steven brings out our second caution of the night. Not the start I think these drivers were looking for tonight. Not the one they were expecting for sure.
Not the one they were expecting for sure. That might make this a long race for some people. Those guys up front, though, are probably loving it because that means less people to compete with.
That's a little bad, isn't it?
I mean,
Preying on the downfall of your fellow competitor. Come on, Ricky, do better.
I mean, Joe, racing is a selfish man's game.
You think this is a game?
Yeah, I think the box says video game.
Point standings presented by AutoSim 2. You see BSR Kilojoules comes into tonight with a 71-point lead over BSR Ricky J. And then after that, it's a doozy of a battle for the final spot up on the podium. Mike Coulong in the 199 currently holds that third spot in points by 25 over BSR Nelly in the 103. And BSR Terry Scott sitting there just 9 points back of Nelly for the fourth position. Your top 5 in points presented by AutoSim 2 coming this winter.
Paging around here right now, Jason San Diego, Steve Grant looking like they're doubling up, waiting for that one to go here. So, not yet one to go, but I actually think these guys might actually be staying out, Joe, which will be an interesting little strategy play. We saw that worked for DJ Champ, so maybe these guys trying to bet on that. Got some more green laps in compared to when Champ stayed out. So we'll see how that pans out for them. But right now, probabilities in their favor. At least in terms of how the caution rate's going. But you also see up there, Tyler Mallon making his way up to that third spot on that shuffle of pit stops. Ricky J sitting in the 4th, 5th, Rick Craddock, and 6th, Terry Scott. DJ Champ back in the 7th position. So, kind of got shuffled around on pit road there, not too far back though. That car's handling pretty good, so I don't think he'll be mired in this front grouping for long. I think he's gonna sneak his way on by and blow off from these guys.
Yeah. You think?
I think, therefore I am.
It's a good motto to live life by. Working our second caution of the night, folks. Can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN. As always, make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. That does so much to help support us and all the content we produce here on JTN. Friendly reminder, the Fake Racers podcast came out earlier this week detailing all of the mayhem that happened in the NASCAR world at the Texas Motor Speedway. That, of course, available in video form over on JTN2 as well as on your favorite podcast platforms for audio listening. Check out the Fake Racers podcast. A lot of fun stuff. When you get to talk about the stuff that came out today, or the penalties to Byron and Ty Gibbs, a lot is happening right now in the world of NASCAR.
Busy week indeed. Busy week.
Obviously,
got one more lap out here. I don't. Oh, you know why? Because we got a car at 54 is registered as a lap down.
Yeah.
So I think they added an extra lap to that.
Yep.
Caution, laps move slow here at Talladega because the track is so big that even though these guys are doing 70 miles an hour, it is a very big track. It's like doing 30 down the interstate. It's like, if you were on a back road, that's pretty okay. It's 35 on a back road, it's pretty okay, but 35 on the highway is like you're crawling along, and it is kind of like that at Talladega as we're waiting around for the one to go. Jason San Diego, though, has got to be liking this because that lets him save fuel.
For sure. For sure.
Joe, do you got anything to add?
I honestly don't. There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
Everyone's going back down pit road. This is actually going to shuffle up this lineup again. Some guys deciding to just come down again and just top off on that fuel and those tires. I mean, 10 laps in already, so theoretically, this would be about the time in green flag conditions where they would start coming down pit road. So maybe some of these guys just decided to do that to kind of stay in cycle with the pit sequence.
Right.
One to go on the lights out on the pace car. Wasn't the sentence that I just said, but one to go here. Lights out on the pace car. Jason San Diego going to be leaning back on the outside. Going to be Steve Grant, the 011 car. Third spot goes to the 22, Rick Craddock. BSR DJ champ, and all of that gets to leapfrog up to the third position. As the rest of the field is going to come back up together, just for the sake of quickness, BSR Ricky J going to be fifth.
Oh boy. Excited to go back racing here from Talladega, coming to lap 12 of 66. Hope we can get this one humming along a little bit.
Waiting on the green.
Do you like the color green?
I do. I like green.
I like the only green thing I like is the green flag, and that's about it. Not a big fan of the color green.
I don't think it's a big fan of you.
It probably isn't. More of a teal guy, you know? Electric green is okay, but just like a deep green, I don't know. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Give me some of them fall colors, you know?
All right, gonna be coming back to green here. Jason San Diego in a, well, I mean, not green, but teal car, kind of green.
See, I like that car.
Going to be leading them back with Steve Grant on the outside, waiting for that flag man up at the stand with the green flag in his hand to start waving it. Waiting on it. He starts waving it. They gun it up. We are green here at Talladega. Steve Grant gets a great restart here. Actually ekes out the 22 coming into turn one. Steve Grant takes the lead.
And I think part of that was a little bit of teamwork, making the dream work there. Those two Team Speedland cars getting in line quick here on the restart. Steve Grant in the 011, the 022 at Jason San Diego. Rick Craddock going to get up in front of BSR DJ Champ there. Champ going to have to sit in fourth, but no, doesn't want to. Makes a move to the bottom, down the back straightaway. They're going to be side by side, heading down into turn number 3. Scratch that 22 momentum on the outside, and the draft is always helpful. Maintains the third spot. No challenge now from the 91. Further on back, side by side, battle for position. Brain fade to the inside of Monty Keller for a spot. Has KJ right behind the 49 car, Brain.
Craddock goes to the inside, tries to set up a pass here, side by side with Grant. He's got the 91 DJ Champ giving him a push. Ricky J's going to go with him. Malin's going to go with him. Put Rick Craddock up to the point here at Talladega. You see 91 immediately jumps back up to the high line there. DJ Champ going to try to get on by, but Craddock's going to block the line.
DJ Champ wants the lead. Rick Craddock wants it more. Makes the block there on the outside, but here comes Ricky J to the bottom. Help going to come in the form of Steve Grant. Jason San Diego trying to get down there, and he will sneak in front of the 49. A brain fade. Inside line now with more momentum.
Here because he's got the 93 right to the inside. Can't move down. He's going to have to sit here and wait, but Monty Keller is quite a ways away, about 2 car lengths back from these guys. Big gap in that high line. Going to hurt their top speed.
Ricky J now squeaks out to the lead. Going to get those bonus points for leading the lap. Those very important for the championship battle here is the 193 claws and tries to keep up hope for winning the championship in that Voiles trucking Ford. He'll lead that lap, gets help from Tyler Mallon on the bottom of the 47.
I think these guys were just as antsy as us, Joe. They want to race. They came to race, and race they will, as Tyler Mallon leading here at Talladega. Not Tyler Mallon, sorry. Ricky J leading here at Talladega. Tyler Mallon in second. Those two immediately taking that high line. You see Steve Grant getting a big push from Jason San Diego there on the bottom, starting to eke his nose to the inside of the 22 of Craddock, trying to take advantage of that low line coming through the turn here. Grant just got a good bit of momentum going just about to the inside of the 47 of Mallon, but can't make it work anymore down the front straightaway here. Looks like the high line is starting to inch away again, but behind the 91, DJ Champ, another big gap to Monty Keller. That's going to be hurting that high line here. But more people jumping in on that high line near the back, so I don't know, Joe. I think it has momentum.
Yeah, more cars up top. That's the recipe for success right now for that outside lane. You need to have the numbers to make that line work here at Talladega. Bottom still trying. Steve Grant leading the way there. As here comes DJ Champ, going to try to make a pass on Rick Craddock to the inside of the 22. 22 now to the inside of the 47.
Got a little hairy there. Craddock tried to block the 91. The 91 was going to force his way down there one way or the other, but Craddock just barely got in. Get down to the inside of Tyler Mallon. Try to get to the inside of Ricky J here. Doesn't have the momentum just yet. DJ Champ has a choice if he wants to work with him or does he want to try to get around him. But the problem is right now he needs that low line to work if he's got to keep moving forward here. Kind of has to push Craddock as he's alongside the 47 of Tyler Mallon.
Yeah, you got to push him right now. You got to work with him. Stay in line. Work together on the bottom. Try to get some momentum moving forward. Tyler Mallon a little bit loose there off of turn number 2 in the 47 car. Craddock, though, keeps and maintains. And that 47 is like glued to the back bumper of the 193 right now as they make the move to the bottom. Craddock, though, goes even lower, gets to the inside of Mallon. This is the battle for the second position. 22 ekes out in front right now. The outside line going to come back here down the front straightaway. Now here comes Rick Craddock looking for the lead. Has a decent amount of help behind, and they're a little more spread out behind the 47 on the outside line. Inside still doesn't have the numbers, Ricky, but they're making a charge for the lead nonetheless. See, Craddock takes the lead off of turn number 2. Going to clear Ricky J. Now ditches the 91 to DJ Champ. Takes the outside line and will look to set sail and pull that 193 and 47 along with him.
91 getting down to the inside of the 22. Rick Craddock getting a big push with Steve Grant. 91 DJ Champ back to the point here. Look at how far he spreads out. The 11 of Grant there. Going to pull right up in front of Craddock. That car can make some moves all by itself. And DJ Champ back to the point. Craddock going to try to charge back though. Going to fall in line right behind the 91 here. Talking about it, open set tonight really does show who's got a fast car just in general. And for certain, that 91, that 22 machine are the class of the field so far.
For sure. Inside line starting to fall back a little bit. Steve Grant still trying to lead him in that Pontiac. Just doesn't have the ponies underneath the hood, it looks like, right now to get the inside line moving. Needs someone in front of that 011 car. Be interesting to see if the 193 and 47 get a run going and try to make a move past the 22 and 91. Again, those two cars I think are going to work together as the night progresses. But right now, it's your pole sitter, DJ Champ, out in front of the field here coming to lap 19 of 66.
Everything's starting to move along here at Talladega quite quickly. DJ Champ still leading. Looks like the field's starting to kind of filter up to that high line, deciding to ride around a little bit before they get back to business here. Yeah, I think they're going to be coming up on pit stops pretty soon as we're getting around close to lap 20. They got rolling about... When they got rolling, Joe? Like... lap 10, give or take. 21 just came down last time by. 22 came down. The 011 of Grant came down last time by. But right now. Everyone rolling around, no one else taking pit. So these guys going to be staying out there for a few more laps, but the pit cycle has begun here at Talladega. DJ Champ still leading.
So it starts quick here. I do wonder if those cars that have come down the pit lane, if they're just pitting to pit. I mean, it's still a little early. We went back green, what, lap 11, lap 12, so you'd still have 3-4 laps, and that's a lot of time to be giving up. As you see, Jason San Diego and Steve Grant have become splintered from each other.
Joe, I don't like getting splinters. I don't think anyone likes getting splinters.
No, they hurt, and they cause, you know, they cause you a lot more issues, right, than what they're really worth.
What are they worth?
Nothing.
Yeah, you're implying that splinters have worth.
Yeah, they're worth nothing.
Worth nothing.
Right.
What are they good for? Absolutely nothing.
War. What is it good for, Ricky?
DJ Champ still leading. That's what it's good for, is everyone riding around like you said. No one really taking pits. No one else really coming down for pits. Steve Grant back down on pit road.
I believe there's a speed penalty there. So 91 looks to make the move to the bottom.
Hands out the window. I think these guys are going to be coming down this time by.
All right, so DJ Champ going to be the first of our leaders to come down the pit lane. See if anyone decides to go with the 91. Miller in the 86 going to come down. Big, aggressive slide to the line. Interesting to see if that 86 made pit speed. We go back up front. Rick Craddock, now your leader after the 91 surrenders it here on the pit cycle.
One rolling off pit road here. DJ Champ off. Everyone's starting to come back onto track, down on pit road here. No one else really. Here's a big pack of guys. 66 Terry Scott, Nelly, Craddock, KJ, 199 Mike Coulong, 114 a BSR Eli, 144 Magoo. Those guys all coming down. Meanwhile, DJ Champ starting to get up to speed. Pack is just about to catch him. Leader at the moment, 193 BSR Ricky J. Going to catch DJ Champ coming down the back straightaway. This might actually benefit Champ a little bit, because he doesn't have anyone else out there with him that this pack's going to come rolling by. He's going to be able to grab the draft, use that to hang on to the momentum. Probably will be trucking out there with a bit of speed, but these guys out here right now are probably going to be coming down at the same time. Ricky J takes that hard left-hander down onto pit road. Tyler Mallon coming down with him, diving it down there. Everyone's spreading out here on the second group. They all get to pit road in one piece, so they're all on pit road here. I want to filter back around, keep an eye to that 91 to DJ Champ, because he was the leader when this whole cycle started, but now he's out there all by himself, Joe.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, as you got a lot of guys working together. You see Miller coming back down the pit lane in the 86. Serve the penalty. So the real question now is, where do these drivers cycle out? Would believe the 103 of Nelly and the 029 of KJ are probably the first guys that'll be able to pass, or at least get up with these leaders that just pit. But DJ Champ has lost a massive amount of time in the 91, it would appear. Sometimes that's too hard to get back, right? Especially on these super speedways. Especially, you know, we're running super speedway style cars, so the time it takes to get up to speed is pretty long compared to your standard intermediate. So you got a lot of factors going on tonight that are probably going to play havoc on these drivers if they can't execute on pit lane. I think we're already seeing that, Ricky.
Definitely already seeing that. Is it havoc or havoc? I don't know what I was saying there. But as we are waiting for everyone to cycle back through here at the moment, Looks like the lead goes to BSR Ricky J in the 193 car.
Here comes the 103 and Nelly, the 029 kilojoules. They're going to have some momentum on the outside line. Remember that 029, the 193, that's your battle for the championship. 71 points separating the two as Malin comes up the track a little bit, almost making contact with the 103 and Nelly. They're fighting on the outside. Nelly looks to go to the lead.
Fighting on the outside, doubling it up.
A little bit of laggy lag there through the center of the corner. Or entry to the corner, excuse me. So you come off the corner side by side still for the lead. Inside holding strong. You got Brain Fade down there now pushing the 47. 029 a little bit of blinky. Some of those transponder issues we talk about a lot. Is the 193 going to be able to lead that lap, it would appear. He does.
Riding around in a dead heat right now. The 193 in the 103. The tail of two triple digits, both ending in 3. That's how we do math here on JTN. Ricky J starting to get an egg out on him as the 47 of Tyler Malin. Getting a push from that 193 is the 47 of Tyler Malin, but they got a gap behind him to the 49 who's trying to close in. That Highline has the numbers right now, though. 4v3. Who do you got in this race, Joe?
I would probably take the 4, but right now it's 4v4.
Is it 4v4?
Yeah, 388 has joined the party. It's Danny Lovell. Or Dan Lovell.
It's whatever you want it to be, Joe.
That's the power this microphone gives you, right? You know, Dale Jr. calls Chris Buescher Christopher Buescher, and the world goes crazy about it, but if I say someone's name wrong, I get a strongly worded letter.
A strongly worded angry letter about how angry.
Yeah, exactly. So you get it.
They're all from me, though, too.
Well,
I'm just kidding. But as we're arguing about that around here at the moment, Ricky J leading. Malin really got a little bit squirrely there coming off of 4. But Ricky J hanging on to this at the moment. 103 Nelly side by side with him. Joe, on this whole shuffle, we're kind of talking about it, but the big loss here seems to be that I cannot find the 91. He is back in 14th.
Bum.
Was leading that whole early stretch, has a lot of speed. Now mired back in that 14th position, is probably going to need a caution, to be totally honest, to get back in this. Jay starting to pull away a little bit, getting a push from the 029 of old KJ, not Mac Daddy, KJ. I said it right this time. Giving a push there, kind of rolling around on past that 11 car, Steve Grant, who's going a lap down. This whole front grouping is starting to kind of filter out to a single file as these guys are navigating traffic. KJ hanging on to this lead. Tyler Malin, though, got to the inside of KJ there, giving a big push to him is the 103 car. Nelly's going to come up with a huge head of steam on Ricky J, who's running that middle line. We'll see if Malin tries to make a move here as he's right in the back bumper of that 193 car. Decides to stay in line with him, though.
That 47's dedicated.
Starting to spread out, though. You see the 088 trying to get to the inside. The 49 car starting to fractal up a little bit.
I think the 47's pretty committed to the back bumper of the 193 tonight. So, you know, that's probably not the case maybe coming to the checkered flag, but at least right now I think those two going to be working together through all these pit stops. You probably see those two cars down on pit lane. They work really well together, Ricky J and Tyler Malin. So, yeah, I think those... Ricky, I think those two, they're going to be stuck together like glue.
Gonna be stuck together like blue. Like blue, like glue.
Blue?
Blue.
Do you know Blue?
Blue. Whoops. But, you know what is blue? That 193 Voiles trucking machine of BSR Ricky J is blue, white, and red, but he's mostly blue. And Tyler Malin right behind him is pretty much mostly blue. And the 103 and Ellie right behind him is mostly blue. There's a tail of
blue cars are doing good.
I can understand colors. You can understand colors. Everyone at home can understand colors.
Well, wait a minute.
But
That's not very colorblind inclusive of you, Ricky.
well, my God, Joe, you got me.
I did get you that one. That's a Ricky J mess up. Ricky collect. You got me there.
Ricky J. You forgot which Ricky I was.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting out here watching race cars. You know, take off and hopefully not fly.
Coming up on lap 32 of 66 of tonight's event. Just about halfway. About two laps away from being halfway in this event. These guys probably going to be planning on coming down pit road sometime soonish. Ricky J coming up on the 86 car. That is Andrew Miller. You see there's a big old conga line. I think some of these guys kind of recognizing that there's a lot of race here. They got to kind of not play it safe, but they got to calculate what's worth it at the moment to get to the end. And I think right now a lot of guys are trying to just get to this pit cycle. Randy Watt coming down pit road in the 21, so this might be the canary in the coal mine that these guys are going to start waving their hands out the window in a lap or so.
Why is it a canary in a coal mine?
Because they actually used to have a canary down there. If it died,
Was it a canary, though?
That was a sign there was gas, because the canary would obviously has tiny lungs, so it would suffocate on gas first, well before anyone else.
It's a little messed up.
It is morbid. It is, yeah. That's probably the reason why they don't do it anymore.
Well, yeah, because now you got technology, right?
Yeah, now you got technology. 11 car. He's saying he's going to come down. That's Steve Grant. We'll see if anyone else is putting their hands out the window. 66s. See if anyone of this front grouping. Nobody just yet. 66 said something about coming down, but he didn't come down. But Steve Grant only take her down pit road this time. Everyone else just having the big old conga party.
Cha 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 cha.
Joe.
Oh,
we got
crash.
cars around down on the back straightaway here. Oh, the
KJ.
29 kills. It was hard to the inside wall. We got a car flipping. That's a 49 of brain fade. Oh, watch out, guys. Watch out. Oh, almost collects.
Oh, Craddock.
Oh, there goes the 22 of Craddock. That's a really slow spin. Rick Craddock got very lucky there. He did not get clobbered.
Third caution of the night here, lap 34.
A long roll here, Joe.
Oh my goodness.
What? The 028 of KJ got to the inside, the 49 of Brain Fade, and Brain Fade just kind of came down a little bit. They got together and hit the wall at just the right spot to send that for a good old-fashioned barrel roll down the back straightaway here at Talladega.
You see the heavy hit there for KJ. Right front is down on that car, so he's going to be limping around here.
Man, Rick Craddock had a very close call there. Came up on this whole thing slowing down, but the 66 pulled up right in front of him. The 66 kind of spun right in front of him, trying to get a hold of his car, and Craddock jammed on the brakes, almost spun out trying to hang on to it. Actually did spin out.
Oh, man. Hellacious hit. This 49, I mean, he hits the wall at, like, the precise angle to get this type of reaction from the car. Ugh. Leader's coming down the pit lane. Did you enjoy that incident, Ricky?
I did enjoy that incident, Joe, and
You
I think
did?
everyone's going to enjoy that. Well, I mean, no, not in that sense.
That's weird.
You got me. You got me. I was looking
Again.
at my phone. I wasn't paying attention to your question.
How dare you?
It scramboozled me.
Scramble
A lot of guys
do.
deciding to stay out here. Was kind of in the middle of pit cycles,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
some of these
say-
guys might actually be a lap down at the moment just because of it. I think the 114 is out of gas because Steve Grant is giving him a push around here.
Tyler Mallon wins the race off pit lane. Lovell second, and Ricky J. That 144 is coasting, or 114 is coasting. Boasting and coasting. All right, third caution of the night. We're working it here after contact between the 029 and Kilojoules and the 49 a Brain Fade. Of course, we talked about it. KJ came into the night 71 points above second place BSR Ricky J after 31 of the 37 races here in 2022. Could be a hit in the points if this 029 team isn't able to rebound and recover.
Definitely could be, but still got half a race left, so
Still got half a race car too.
that is true.
Probably looking at 2 more stops here tonight too, so it's another little, X factor. But let's go ahead and get a word from Auto Sim 2.
Today we're doing Auto Sim.
Auto Sim.
We are trying out Auto Sim.
Yay, it's Auto Sim.
And a big thank you, of course, always goes out to AutoSim 2. Well, I guess part of JTN now, Ricky. I think we're just that cool. We're game developers now, too. That's pretty sick.
You're game developers. I don't do anything.
Fair enough. Again, folks, can't thank you enough for watching. Remember, we got some great races coming up here on JTN, including October 4th. The Maverick Cup Series heads back to Rockingham. Joined Ricky and I on the call for that one. There's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series next Thursday. Same time, same place. Although they'll be racing at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, coverage 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the Mondays of Thunder Truck Series from Talladega. Sunday, October 9th. Those races and much, much more live right here only on JTN. Caution lights go out. We'll go back green this time by at the line. Randy Waugh going to get the wave around in the 21. That Crimson Tide Dodge going to get back on the lead lap here. See, Mallon takes the outside line. Have to think maybe the 088 going to work with the 47 and 193. A little bit of a mutual alliance there. Ricky, how have you enjoyed this race tonight?
It's been fun, a lot of strategy.
Indeed. I mean, just the pitting at the start, right?
Yeah, just a little bit of a shuffle up there, and it is led to some interesting character for this later race run. I thought we were going to be going green to the end there, and then that big old flipperoonie happened. So anything is possible.
And I see a lot of drivers clutching, so we're right on the cusp of making it on one pit stop. So a lot of drivers trying to save as much fuel as they can here under caution, hoping, praying that they will be able to make it on one more stop. But again, 13 laps is the end of the fuel window. You do the math there, 26 laps. If you only make one stop, we're going to be going green on 39 with 28 to go. So you're right on the cusp of making it. Going to be a tough task, though, with 3x wear. Tough, tall task. Sound about right, Ricky?
That's about right.
All right, field makes their way into the tri-oval. Fans are on their feet. Tyler Mallon with control here for the restart, coming to lap 39 of 66. Green flag. We're back underway here from Dega. Not as much teamwork making the dream work there on the bottom as I initially thought, Ricky. You see the 088 Lovell getting a big push from BSR, Ricky J in the 193, and I think they're both going to be able to clear this 47 car.
Well, it's going to clear the 47 car. 93 immediately jumps up in front of him. You see that 510 on the bottom. BSR Steven got to the inside of Mallon there. It's getting a push from Steve Grant. 193 with Ricky J getting to the inside of Greg Lovell. He's going to make a charge for the lead here, getting that push from the 510. They're going to be side by side for the lead coming down into turn number 3.
Ricky J wants the lead, needs as many points as possible here tonight at Talladega. He'll take the lead through turns 3 and 4, and coming off of corner number 4, back to the front straightaway. The 193 once again on the point.
193 back on the point here at Talladega. The 510 of BSR Steven following them. The 11 of Steve Grant right behind them on the bottom. We'll see what the 193 Ricky J does. There's a lot of other guys on the bottom there. Jason San Diego's a little bit further back for a 4th car, but everybody else is on the high line right now. So we'll see what happens. It looks like 510 moves up, 93 moves up. They're going to be nice and comfortably on that high line. That kind of leaves Steve Grant and Jason San Diego, the odd men out. But you never know. More people could be jumping down there, or someone could be making a shot at this lead as that front 4 grouping is starting to pull away from the 028 car of Monty Keller.
A little bit of bumper grab there with the 510 to the back of the 193. Have to be so careful with where, when, and how you push here at Talladega. BSR Steven having a great run tonight. Right now they're sitting in the 2nd spot.
Been up there all night, BSR Steven has. So, like you said, great run for him so far. Just riding around here, I think, with the 193, trying to log some laps as everyone's starting to kind of conga line up top. Further back, Steve Grant dropping all the way to the back and collected by the 66 of Terry Scott and the 21 of Randy Waugh. But for the moment, these guys all kind of just waiting for more people to pull out from that high line. That top 8 or so are starting to kind of pull away from Jason San Diego and the rest of the pack here. They're starting to take off. That's where you're kind of seeing the setups at work, that some of these cars are just a little bit faster in the draft than others. They can suck up a little more, and by nature, they can kind of pull away from some of these guys who when they're racing in the pack together.
The single-file freight train right now, and I think this is all indicative of what we were talking about with being very close on fuel. All these drivers not maybe in the mood to push it. There's a little bit of pushing.
Into the outside wall, and everyone has to check up, takes evasive maneuvers. We keep it straight, keep it green. That's going to cause a big checkup, though. That's going to hurt that 199 of Mike Coulong a lot there, though. It's a big, was not a benefactor of that, but the 66 of Terry Scott got back into it by blowing on by those guys. That's what we're checking up. Riding around on that draft of the 22, Rick Craddock. And they're going to be towing along right behind the 22 machine here.
A little rift forming there between the 2nd pack and this 1st pack now. Can those guys in the 2nd catch up to the 1st? They're still close enough where they'll be in the draft, so it might not be as big, as uphill of a battle, as steep of a battle as what what we'd maybe think usually, but nonetheless, Ricky J still on the point, leading us here at Talladega. I like how they decided to go single file now that we're like up and ready.
Yeah, that's how it always goes here at Talladega, but they're waiting around here because they do have 2 more pit stops, so
I
not
think they're
necessarily at the end just yet.
Ricky, I really think they're going to try to do 1. I know I said 2, and the math says 2, but I really think you're going to see a lot of these drivers trying to make it on 1.
You think, Joe?
I do.
You think?
I do.
Do you think or do you know? Do you think, therefore, you am? Around here, Ricky J still leading. He's kind of rolling that old conga line around this place, doing the old cha-cha-cha. Everyone trying to stay with him in the 510 of BSR Steven. Waiting around on pit stops. We're going to be probably coming up. When did we get rolling here, Joe?
39.
39. So, yeah, I think probably somewhere around lap 49 is going to be the magic number on when these guys are going to be like, oh, should we come in? Should we not? I think you're right. It's going to...
If they can make it 13...
We said probably like 13, so...
If they can make 13, it's 2 laps short.
Yeah. And I think... But I think the problem is that you can't...
You can't save here like you could at an intermediate.
Yeah, you would have to save a lot. And that being said, that means that you could, if you want to, you could try doing it. You might be able to, it might pay off to just not have to pit that last time, obviously. But you're going to kind of have to be doing a lot.
That last stop, though, if you do have to make a second one, it'd be a, splash of fuel and go, right? So, and at least be a quick one. You're always worried about cautions coming out, too, as the race progresses on, as it goes later into it. I think you're going to see a lot of these drivers stay out for as long as they can, and then the end of the race stay out for as long as you can, again, hoping for either a yellow or something to maybe help you reach that fuel window a little bit easier if you haven't saved enough. But some of these guys maybe in the middle of the pack, able to run 3/4, half throttle, and keep up and keep the pace going, might also be in a good position to make it to the end on the one stop.
Yeah.
If you're Ricky J, though, you're leading. You're probably going at it 100% right now. It's going to be hard.
And, Joe, the other thing, too, if you're saving right now and you could save a lap doing it out, if you could save a lap out there pacing under these conditions and then save another lap on the next run, that would be your 2 laps right there. So I think there's a few avenues at doing it.
You can get it. It's going to be really hard, though.
These guys up front, I don't know if they would be able to do it. I think they would need to be putting more legwork into it earlier on in the run.
Yeah.
For that to be worth it now. Some of these guys in the back, though, could benefit from it.
Or we could be completely wrong, because 9 times out of 10, we're completely wrong. Just to discredit ourselves a little bit more tonight.
Discredit or credit?
Discredit.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, if you rearrange the words in credit, you get...
The words in credit?
Yeah, you get credit. You get ability for...
Do you mean the letters?
I don't even know what I'm saying.
That's apparent. Ricky J got a pass brain fade there at 49. Terrible crash down the back straightaway up and over. Good to see him still out there on track, though. Brain, of course, our Atlanta spring winner. BSR Steven in the 510 continues to impress, just riding nice and easy there in second. Greg Lovell there in 30. A little, if you're the 510, you've already gotten a bad bump from the 088. Are you a little worried seeing him behind you, or are you just kind of flushing that out of your mind right now?
I don't know. That's a tough one, Joe, because, I mean, you got to flush it out of your mind at this point in the race. Maybe earlier in the race you can kind of overthink it a little more, but right now it's like you need to
Let's go.
Zero in on this strategy. Be focused at the task at hand. Mike Coulon's got his hand out the window. 47, 86, 193. Everyone's going to be coming down. Joe, that's going to be bit of a wiggle there with Greg Lovell. Gonna splinter up the field, but now the leader's going to be coming down. That's about 10 laps right there, so I don't think they would be able to make it. I think they would have to do 2 stops.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to have to do 2 stops. BSR Steven in the 510 super slow. So here we go down the pit lane.
Go down that pit lane. Everybody spreading out, trying to get down here to speed. Do a great job. They have. My grammar is atrocious tonight, but everybody coming down pit road here. This has got to be almost the entire pack, but of the guys still out there, I really can't find anyone. That really was, honest to goodness, everybody on track. So everyone kind of going to be on the same strategy here. There's going to be a big factor right now. Who gets off pit road first? If anybody speeds, it's going to be Bad News Bears.
You ever watch Bad News Bears?
I have not.
Ah.
Ricky J just taking 2 tires and filling that boy up with fuel, and he's away, and quite a bit of a gap on Greg Lovell.
You make it nice and easy, right?
Yeah, nice and easy.
Top 3 are nice and together. We got
and cheesy.
The 103 and Nelly going to probably fall back to this 22, 028, 022, 388, the second grouping of cars. But top 3 have gotten together, and they're pretty far out in front.
They've gotten together, and like you said, yeah, it's going to be out front, which will be beneficial to them. But there's a lot of pack all together here behind them. So theoretically, those guys should be able to get some more momentum than these guys up front that only have this grouping of 3. Top 3 have connected together. Ricky J, Greg Lovell, and Tyler Mallon. Second group, 103 and Nelly getting passed by the 22. Rick Craddock on the bottom, getting a big push from Monty Keller. 22, Jason San Diego. Right behind them, the 388 and Dan Lovell. Just hanging on to that grouping. These guys trying to get together, getting grouped up, and try to track down this lead pack. So 49, they got out on 50, so I would think they're going to have to come down probably at lap 60. 60 to 63.
Yeah, I think, oh man. Top 3 are pulling away right now.
They're pulling away because the second grouping had to line up.
They were racing.
They now have 5 cars in line. This should help their case a little bit, the second pack. Start tracking these guys down. BSR Eli right behind him is running around here doing 196, probably the fastest car out there at the moment just because he's riding around in the draft. Top 3 have actually splintered up here.
Oh.
Allen trying to kind of leapfrog the 088 Greg Lovell. He does it, trying to get back up with Ricky J, those two working together. But in doing that, they have definitely slowed down this front pack, and the second pack is coming. Now has more speed on them.
They're pushing. See the 028 sliding side to side.
6 vehicles in that pack, so these guys are pushing. They're going to be coming up on them with a lot of mustard.
They're trying to get it working, right? Got to.
You gotta get it working. Gotta get it working. If you don't get it working, then how you gonna get it working? If you ain't get it working.
We were so far off on that pit cycle stuff. I'm just a silly little guy.
I don't think we're far off on that pit cycle stuff. I think they all just decided to come down. I don't think anyone decided that it was worth it to be
that shocks me,
that
though.
strategy that we're talking about, which is what we were talking about, is that some of these guys were going to be like, this isn't worth it, and just gun it.
Why didn't we see someone take that risk, Ricky, if you had to guess? I mean,
you need somebody working with you, and I think everybody just wants to get to the end of this, so I think the prevailing mood was, let's just stick with the pack.
Is that just you don't have trust in maybe some other folks helping you, going down with you?
I think it's just that you don't have the numbers for it, because the problem is when you start saving, you lose a ton of speed,
right.
And there is like a balance to it where at some point it there's cost-benefit analysis to it where it's just not worth it if you're not going fast enough, because the guys that are in the draft are going fast enough.
Right.
Running faster lap times, and the amount of fast lap times compared to your slow lap times, they can yada, yada, yada. Basically, just kind of start tracking you down and make up all of that lost time.
All I'm saying is just throw some Hail Marys, you know?
Yeah, I'm not saying don't throw Hail Marys. I'm just saying that the chat saying BBN Potato saying better safe than sorry because
I think
you could lose a draft.
that's the easiest.
Point, though, is
I mean, that's the best explanation for it. I know that. It's just... I always find it weird when there isn't one or two people that at least try. You know what I mean? Because we've got some cars out here running around with some damage. Maybe a little off pace. You know, so try something. This front pack has stayed pretty consistent, about 3 seconds ahead of the second pack. So if you're Ricky J, you're Tyler Mellon, you're Greg Lovell, you're hoping that the rest of this race runs nice and smooth. You like what you're seeing. Is Tyler Mellon going to look to the inside, looking for the lead down the back straightaway? That's weird.
Tyler Mallon. Oh, he gets to the apron a little bit. Tyler Mallon's not going to have the momentum there to get on by the 193. 193 looks like he's going to let him by and let him fall in line. So, put the 47 of Tyler Mallon up to the lead with Ricky J in second. BSR Greg Lovell in third.
Allen doing a great job right now out in front of the field. 11 laps to go that time at the line. Keeping things nice and steady right now. This front pack just... They lost, what, 3-4 tenths, and they're probably still losing a little bit of time here. But you're coming up on that last pit stop, though. The 193 is absolutely pushing the crap out of the 47.
Which he should be.
I mean, you might as well, right?
If you weren't pushing the crap out of him, then those guys are going to catch up on him. You gotta constantly be pushing on crap. Talladega always shoving crap.
Coming to the line.
Are we allowed to say crap, Joe?
We are. Coming to the line this time, it's going to be time for our TWB 10 to go. And on behalf of TWB, we'd like to remind you that if you're in the market for some new outdoor lighting, you're going to want to head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. They got you covered from porches to patios to more. For all of your outdoor lighting needs, GardenLightsDirect.com is your one-stop shop. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com, GardenLightsDirect.com, GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go.
Joe, I gotta wonder if handling might be coming into play here with how these packs are chasing each other. Because this front group is staying pretty static with their speed. The second pack hasn't really been able to pull in, and they have way more cars. Still about 2.5 seconds back behind them, and getting close to the point where they're going to be doing pit stops in probably about 2 or 3 laps.
Definitely getting to that point, Ricky. I mean, it's again, this is...
They actually lost time that last go around.
This is one of them strategy races, and these are always so much fun to see. That second is, and they can't catch these leaders. These leaders doing a good job of staying together, working together, and it's gonna probably wind up with them three on the podium if they can execute this final pit stop.
If they can execute this final pit stop,
that's
going to be the big question here, because these guys have a good lead. They can't get cocky with it. They can't sacrifice it by coming down too fast. And the problem is they're all racing each other, so they kind of have to push the envelope. Ricky J gets the inside of Tyler Mallon side by side again. The 088 car, Greg Lovell, going to go with Ricky J here. Going to blow on by Mallon for that first spot. You got to wonder if they're communicating with that 088 as well. If maybe these three guys are working together, just trying to get this get some speed here. See the 47-93 hooked up, the 088 hanging on the back end of that. They roll around through 3 and 4. 47-93 together in that little 2-car tandem. Meanwhile, second pack still trying to chase them down. They're running slightly faster than them right now just because the front group was broken up. But again, it's just they just can't get the speed that they need to actually track these guys down.
Just need a little more of that speed. Just a little more.
Brought it down by about 3/10 that time by, but then as this front pack starts to move back together, that second pack starts to lose a little speed. 199, Mike Coulon starting to say he's going to come in. 66 is coming in. 144 is saying he's got his hand out the window. So I think we're getting to the point where we're going to see the second round of this last round of green flag pit stops. 028 saying he's going to come in. Haven't seen any of the leaders indicate they're coming in yet. Keep an eye on them, though, because they might just be keeping those cars close to the chest until they decide to come in. They'll stay out this time by, it looks like.
At the 028, like you said, coming down the 022 as well. So the second pack going to start to lose some of its numbers as they were making some headway on these leaders.
Magoo blows out his left front, trying to come down to speed onto pit road.
Oh,
66
car
to
round.
Terry Scott spins it coming onto pit road.
Oh, gotta be
Collects
contact.
Magoo. Magoo over on his roof.
We're wrecking on pit road. Are we still green?
No caution. We stay green.
Let's get a replay of that, though, because that
I'll keep an eye out here on the leaders while you do that, Joe.
That's weird. See the 144, there goes the tire. 66, there goes the 66 around. Backside. Up and over. 199 also involved.
Leaders coming down here, Joe. Oh, Tyler Mountain gets sideways and Greg Lovell spins out onto the track.
22's around.
No caution, though, as Greg Lovell spun and brought it back onto pit road, but this might not be good. This might be dire straits here for Ricky J. Those were both the guys he was working with. When he goes back out on track, he's not going to have anyone to work with, Joe. That second group's going to eat him alive.
Here's the replay of it. We missed it live. Here you see it again. 088, 47. They're both... 088, he goes all around by himself. 22 spun by the 103 on pit lane. Oh my goodness.
Ricky J coming back up to speed. Tyler Mallon maybe about a second behind him. Now, this is where it gets tricky. If Ricky J checks up, he can wait on Mallon to catch him. But he's going to lose a lot of speed doing that.
Oh,
he's going to lose a lot of time doing that.
You have to make sure the 103 can't catch you. Car's up to speed. Jason San Diego, the first of them in that 022. Looking like a genius right now, pitting early. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to get up to Ricky J, though, in the 193. Someone that gained a lot there, Kilojoules, in the 029, was running 9th before that last sequence of pit stops. Now up into the 4th position. So interesting note there again in that battle for the championship, where KJ continues to try to, you know, put the 193 away for the finally this year. He's talked about it a couple times, but right now it's the Ricky J show out in front of the field. Tyler Mallon now catching the back bumper, going to make a move, looking for the lead as the 47. Not able to do anything that time, heading down into turn 1.
And I think these guys kind of got a benefit from that second group also having issues coming down pit road. Now everyone on track kind of all fractaled up and all over the place. Helps Ricky J's case, gets these two together for the lead. If I'm the 103 and Nelly right now, I almost think it's probably beneficial to let that 029 and KJ to come up to me, just so you can get that draft working between the two of them.
I don't think you can catch the two leaders, though. I really don't. If you're so far back at this point, you'd still be even on numbers as the caution's out. And that's going to end it, folks.
Coming down to the line here, Ricky J leading. Can Tyler Mallon come and get the position? He can't. Ricky J going to take the caution flag. Possibly going to be the win here. Yo, I think the 114 of Eli blew up.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, 114 BSR Eli. Looks like he blows up going down the back straightaway.
The drag race to the line between the 22 and 388. Give that spot to Rick Craddock. 144 replay. Pop goes the Weasel. Well, an anticlimactic end to a stellar race here tonight. Ricky J going to take home another victory here in 2022. Tyler Mallon finishes second. Nelly in the 103 going to take home the 3rd position. We'll run these last 2 laps out, folks, but as always, cannot thank you enough for watching tonight. If you want more great sim racing live on your computer or phone or tablet or however you watch us here on JTN, remember the next time we are live is with the Maverick Cup Series, October 4th from Rockingham, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live back with Bomb Squad Racing next Thursday from Charlotte, and much, much more, of course, live right here only on JTN. 2 to go this time at the line.
we pace around 2 to go this time at the line. A low-speed chase between BSR Ricky J and the 47 to Tyler Mallett on who is going to get it around this track. Just kidding. Ricky J's already won it. Think so, yeah. Lights are now in the pace car, so that's going to be it. Nelly getting a good finish off of all of that. KJ also, Jason San Diego, fifth spot. So good top 5 there. Ricky J, you're going to walk away the winner here. Tyler Mallon and him had the good strategy, and it ultimately pays off. Joe, do you have words that you could say, possibly things?
Concussions suck, man.
They are not fun.
T's and P's out to Alex Bowman, of course. That got released today. He's not going to be racing this weekend at Talladega. Tua Tagovailoa. T's and P's out to him. Scary hit there in the Thursday night football game, it looks like.
Lot of scary hits.
A lot of scary hits.
Lot of scary hits.
We're not gonna
around here.
Not gonna go into that mess, but a lot of scary hits, a lot of scary things. Well, I've got friends in low places. You know the rest?
I actually don't. It's like something, bait, blow, something. I don't know the song.
022, Jason San Diego got to take home the 5th position, so top 5 for Team Speedland. White flag will be displayed. One lap to go here from Dega, under caution nonetheless. Ricky J again going to take home another victory here in 2022.
Just having a fun old time waiting around here. These guys to come back around, let the 193 Ricky J take that win. But yeah, great night for the 193 team. Great strategy, executed pretty well. Almost was a big shenanigan right at the end there, but everyone kind of got caught in a big shenanigan right at the end there. So it kind of worked out for the 193 and the 47 to stay together, and they're going to walk away with a 1-2 finish.
These are the best. These are simultaneously the best and worst laps, right? They're the best laps for the leader. You love it. Every guy that wins a race, of course, is going to tell us that, oh yeah, we wish we could have finished it under green. That's a load. This is definitely an easier track to a victory lane. But Ricky J, it has been a hot and cold season for this 193 Voiles trucking team. They're, of course, coming off of 2 straight championship seasons. They're sitting second in the points. They're going to gain a little bit back. But they lost last week at Texas. They're going to gain a little bit back there on KJ, who's going to finish 4th tonight. But for Ricky J, it's a win. You take it. You look at these next 5 races. You hopefully see a couple more W's, a couple more checkered flags, and hopefully that's enough to win the championship. But coming through the Tri-Oval for the final time tonight and to the start-finish line, BSR Ricky J will win from the Talladega Superspeedway. Interviews, results incoming here in mere moments. Folks, as always, cannot thank you enough for watching our presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series here live on JTN. A big thank you, as always, goes out to Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking for their support of the BSR Cup Series, as well as their support of JTN. Again, results incoming. We'll wait to see if Ricky does some burnouts. It's always a tall task here on the super speedways, but notch another W in the win column for Ricky J in the 193. Ricky J burns it down here from Talladega. Thank you, folks. Appreciate ya. Ricky, when you see another Ricky get in victory lane, does it make you want to race some more?
No.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
You enjoy your cushy gig up in the booth? Results.
This makes me want to sleep.
It's so comfortable up here. Results incoming, folks.
Saving that yawn so I could be like, "Ooh, it's so comfy."
Results incoming.
Get to the end of these broadcasts, I realize how tired I am. See how the Ricky win makes me be like, I could race, but then I would have to stay up late.
Possibly do some interviews, you know. All right, results incoming. This is. Oh, we're doing the thing. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, how did you let me do... KJ was a lap down. He finished 8th, Ricky.
Oh.
How did you... You're the best partner in the booth I could ever ask for. All right, well, let's go ahead and start by bringing in our race winner, driver the number 193 Voiles Trucking Ford, BSR Ricky J. Well, Ricky, you needed a good night in points, and boy, howdy, did you get one. Take us through it.
Oh man, it was crazy there at first. We had a bunch of craziness going on at the start of the race. We just held in there and tried to stay at the front. Only pitted the top off a few when we had to. Thankfully, it panned out pretty well for us. We were able to stay up at the front all night, and we worked really well together with Tyler and Greg, and just all worked out at the end.
When you see Tyler and Greg battling there, and then I know Tyler got by you in that last green flag run too for a moment. Are you a little panicked over the radio? Are you like, guys, just let me have this one? What's the kind of the inside look at those dynamics?
I'm not gonna lie when I say that, I beg for mercy, and that comes up sometimes. But I also told him, like, hey man, if you want to go for it, you go for it. I'm not gonna tell anybody else not to race me or anything like that. I want everybody to give me everything they got at the end. If they want to go for it, that's their choice. And he made a move, and it almost went really bad. But
it did.
It was an ill-advised block, but I had the block. So we just tried our very best on the pit stop to get a really strong pit stop. Almost blew the tire, but we hung on. So we just executed perfectly and held on.
Well, and obviously, we talk about it every time you're up here in the booth after these races. The championship battle, big night, right? KJ finishes back there in 8th. I think it's going to be a pretty decent-sized chunk that you're going to be able to bite into that lead. How how does this kind of change the outlook for these next 5 races? I know it's still win mode, but does it at least give you a little more room for error?
It does. I just hope that, you know, things work my way and they don't work his. But
Yeah.
odds are it's over. But I ain't gonna say it's over yet.
Ain't over till it's over?
It ain't over till it's over. But when you got that big of a gap, everything's gonna have to go completely wrong for him.
Well, you close the points gap tonight. You get the victory. Another one here in 2022, Ricky. Congratulations once again on that. Before we let you go, though, you know what to do, buddy. The floor is yours.
So to say thank you to you guys for broadcasting. Thank you to everyone who came out and raced tonight. Hope everyone had a good time. Thank you, Brian, Kathy, Voiles from Voiles Trucking. I know you guys are watching. Brian's probably sleeping, but I hope everybody enjoyed the show out there. Thank you guys for your continued support, and we will see you next week.
Ricky, as always, congratulations once again on the win, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thanks, Joe.
BSR Ricky J, your race winner here tonight from Talladega. Let's go ahead and bring in second place driver, the number 47, Tyler Mallon. Tyler, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, last week I think there was a little, I don't want to say shock, but maybe a little surprise in getting to talk with us after the race. I think this week kind of proved the gumption that you and this 47 team have. How'd you feel after tonight?
Pretty good. Second again. You'll notice I finished second very frequently in races for some reason. Like, I finished second a billion times in my own league. All of my starts in another league, I think, all 3 of them. I don't know, it just it happens a lot. But yeah, it was a great race. Had to make a mid-race adjustment early in the race because it was so unstable.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
I almost killed the field.
I was going to ask, with it being open setup, I know super speedways, a lot of leagues, even that run open setup, they kind of close the setups for the super speedways. How different of a challenge was that tonight with having the open setups here at this version of Talladega especially?
It was definitely interesting. The way I had the car set up at the beginning of the race, I was like turning right for the entire track, like literally in the corners turning right, so I wouldn't spin out. Got pretty loose a couple times exiting the corners, so I had to change a few things with the tire pressures and the track bar and the wedge, all on like the 3rd pit stop, I think. As soon as we got our first green flag pit stop, I changed all of that so that I could actually drive the car. That's important.
That would be a very important thing to sim racing, Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you could drive the car. You know, that's makes me feel
Thank
good.
you. Very proud.
But as always, before we end things here, I want to give you the opportunity. You got some great things going on too, so make sure you mention them. But again, thank all those sponsors and whoever you got to shout out. Floor is yours, buddy.
Well, first I want to thank Ricky for, I got it right this time. I want to thank Ricky for working with me all race. We swapped positions a few times in the last run because both of us were overheating at the end.
Okay.
So, co-opetition, I think is what it's called. We were, I don't know, it felt like Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart up there, I guess. Early plate racing, early 2000s. It was a lot of fun. Join Mellon Car Lights for some fun as well. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun tonight.
Well, a fun night tonight here from Talladega, Tyler. Again, congratulations on the 2nd place run, and as always, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you.
Tyler Mallon, driver the number 47, your 2nd place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher, driver the 103 Medicine Chest Pharmacy Chevrolet, BSR Nelly. Nelly, you got a copy?
Yes, I got a copy.
3rd place, is that a little bit of a disappointment for you on a super speedway? Because I thought you were going to win.
No, I was kind of having bad pit stops tonight. Well, not bad, but just not what they usually are.
I was going to say, because every time that we've talked to you after one of these super speedways, you always attribute it to that being good on the pit stops. What about tonight went wrong in your opinion?
I don't know what it was. I just wasn't getting off pit road. You know, the way the leaders were.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was me driving down pit road or took an extra split second there in my pit stops. I don't know what it was.
It comes down. Is it that hectic here on these super? I'm not used to pitting under green on super speedways. It's that
very
much?
hectic. Well, you seen I got into the back of Rick Craddock getting into pit road, and Greg he spun out.
Mm. Yeah, when you see that, when you're coming down to make your final stop, and you see a car spinning out onto the track, does that worry you at all? I mean,
Oh yeah, where's he gonna go? I hope I don't hit him.
Nelly, there was a early incident with the 54 self-spinning down into the corner. Do a good job rebounding from that to finish third. Also wanted to mention you're running, points battle. I think great. You coming into tonight, you were fourth, about 20 or so points back of Coulong in the 199. All right, how hard are you pushing to get that final spot up on the championship podium here by the end of the year?
I wasn't even thinking of points. Actually, I thought I was farther back in that. I missed a couple of races, so I thought I was back farther. I got to miss one more here in the near future.
Wow.
I'll go back a little farther, so I ain't worried about it.
Well, Nelly, as always, before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. You've been up here so many times at Talladega. You know what to do, buddy.
I want to thank Brian and Kathy, or should I say Kathy?
There you go.
Brian and Kathy for everything they do. Thanks Magoo for what he does. All the other admins that help put this together. All the drivers that are here. You guys putting it on. Everybody watching. I got to thank my sponsor, the Medicine Chest. And thank my wife for letting me race.
Hell yeah. Nelly, as always, congratulations on the third place run here tonight, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you, Joe.
BSR Nelly, driver of the 103, your third place finisher here tonight from Talladega. Well, Ricky, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Alabama. A wild, wacky, weird race, but nonetheless a pretty thrilling finish, despite that caution coming out at the end.
Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of strategy, a lot of unknowns. I had a lot of fun with it.
A lot of fun here tonight. Always a lot of fun on JTN, folks. Make sure if you haven't already, to drop a like on the video and subscribe. The next time we are live with the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing, of course, is next Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We will kick off coverage from Charlotte with what is the fifth to last race, race 33 of 37 here in 2022. With all that being said, though, folks, cannot thank all the folks here at Bomb Squad Racing enough, to Brian and Kathy Voiles, as well as Voiles Trucking for their support of the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series and us here on JTN. Again, with all that being said, though, cannot thank you folks enough at home. For all of us here at JTN, for our producer Bristol, for Ricky Klett, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checker. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and a wreckage behind him. He has cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
Contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy wins the